Hi friends, namaskar. Welcome all of you to my channel. Today let's talk about the how Kingfisher Airlines failed. That's the case discussions. I believe that this discussion would be important for those who have interest in finance, marketing, yeah, general management, yeah, even in we say that strategic management friends. So in general, we know that investing in the airline sector for which we require the long-term investment since this is the capital intensive project, we can say that. And at the same time, we have to take the more risks. Definitely, we might have a good strategy, but at the same time, if we are unable to meet the customer expectations, yeah, we ignore the market situation. So in that case, even the good business houses could also be failed. So that is the basic crux of today's discussion. That's all about how Kingfisher Airlines failed. Now, based on this background, let's talk about what about the case of friends that is the background of Vijay Mallya. Vijay Mallya, we know that Indian fugitive businessman, that's Bhagoda, or we say that Farrar in Nepali language, who known for the king for good times. His father name was Vital Mallya, who was a well-known industrialist and the former first Indian director and the chairman of the UB Group, who experienced, we can say that expanded the company through aggressive acquisition of distillery and brewery across the country. That's India. Okay. Now, what about the case of Kingfisher Airlines? Rise and the fall. Obviously, in business, we would have a that's a good timing at the same time the bad timing. Talking about the Kingfisher Airlines friends, with the headquarters in the Bangalore, which was founded in 2003, while officially launched operations on May 9, 2005, and connecting the Mumbai Delhi with a fleet of 4 Airbus, that's the A320 aircraft. And the basic intention of with the intention of bypass the India's strict aviation regulations. Point is that before flying the internationally routes, yeah, global route, we can say that, and airlines should have the operations domestically for 5 years, and that is the basic reason the year Deakin was acquired by Vijay Mallya. Yani, that's the chairman of the Kingfisher Airlines. And the more important point is that again, that's the five-star Airbus status, must recognize and the prestigious, must premium domestic airlines in India era award provided by the aviation rating firm, that's the Skytrax, as for the even economics times. And in 2008, that's Kingfisher Airlines held a domestic market share around 25 to 30%. That's on the average 27.5% is in the Indian aviation sector, and making it one of the largest carrier in the country alongside the Jet Airways and the Indigo. Okay, so that's about you. We can see that this airlines acquired in 2007 and started operation in September 2008. And because of that reasons, Kingfisher Airlines borrowed more than 9,000 crores from the different banks of India. So we can say that that's despite the Kingfisher Airlines holding the second largest share in India's domestic air travel market till December 2011 faced extreme financial crisis, friends, which was resulted because of unmanageable debt. Using debt is not bad, but if we are unable to manage the debt, that causes the high financial risks. It happens to even the Kingfisher Airlines too. So it causes because of aggressive debt funding, and that causes the high non-performing loans and resulted defaulted loan, we can say that, and at the same time unable to meet the operating cost and the grounded the planes. That is why the Kingfisher Airlines debt scam refers to that's about the 9,000 crore, that's a dollar 1.1 billion banking default, that's a non-performing assets, which was planned by the Vijay Mallya and who had taken debts from 17 Indian banks, friends. And whatever the funds that we borrow from the banks is all about the public funds. It's not about the just bank means is the public company. Okay. So even India Aviation Regulator, that's a Director General of Civil Aviation, in shortcut we say that DGCA, suspended its flying license and leading to a final shutdown of the operations on October 20, 2012. And as a result, the Kingfisher Airlines was officially ordered into liquidation. Liquidation is the all legal process through judicial proceedings which is supervised by the High Court of Karnataka to recover the over the 9,000 crore. That is the case taken by the Vijay Mallya from the different Indian banks. So I mean to say that you can see this picture. This is about the April 11, 2011. This is about the Kingfisher Airlines. Look at this picture. This is about the Kingfisher Airlines, the chairman, Vijay Mallya. We can say that is a glamour personality, we can say that. And as per BBC, even India's most controversial businessman, we can say that. Okay. Now, based on overall discussion, friends, what point I mean to conclude here that from the today discussion, till 2008, the market share of the Kingfisher, as I explained earlier, was average 27.5% in Indian aviation sector. It fell to rebrand, we can say that failure of rebranding, just focus on the premium class customer. We can say that is all about your overconfidence, about the uh, your understanding the customer behavior. So it's all about your glamorous branding and the having is the highly visible female cabin crew to build a premium lifestyle image. And Malia, in most of the cases, he used to provide training about the communication skill, body language, like that. Now, what about the case? So we say that look at the 3 point. That is the case. This airlines could, I mean to say that Kingfisher Airlines could focus on the strategic framework of Michael Porter. That's 1979. So first one is that supplier power. Power, that is the case. Competitive position we need to understand, which ignored by the, we can say that, Vijay Mallya. Because like SpiceJet, similarly Indigo Airlines, which specialize in the, we can say that, low cost carriers. Threat of the new entry, we can't ignore the threat of new entry as well, and at the same time threat of substitutions and the power of buyer, that is the case of customer, we can say that. Okay. So look at the again the 4 point, that is the global financial crisis, the bankruptcy of the Lehman Brothers, we know it, 17, that's 2000, September 15, 2008. So it's very challenging for this um, Kingfisher Airlines at the time too, because of the cost of international crude oil increases and the price of aviation increases. At the same time, the government of India charges more sales tax, and which impacted the aviation industry negatively, we could say that. So other could we say that that's the case of a failure of merger or acquisition. So it's Kingfisher Airlines merged with the year Deacon in 2007 and combined the premium and the low cost models into a single entity. And that was the big strategic mistake, or we can say that poor business model. Normally, we talk about the segmentation of the market. We can't mix the low cost and the premium premium models. Okay, there must be the two segment. I mean to say that was the wrong business model of the Vijay Mallya. And what about the 6 point? That's all about unmanageable unmanageable debt. As I explained earlier, debt is important, but it depends on how well we could manage the debt. If we don't have the good business, as Kingfisher lose its business, and that causes the high business risks, unable to meet its operating cost at the same time financing cost. So that means debt service capacity would be the poor. Similarly, no, that's a non-performing assets. Yeah, you can say the non-performing loan, and at the same time we could say that that's a poor public policy and the government issues, governance issues too. That is the case at the time the Dr. Manmohan Singh was the prime minister, and the government of India at the time unable to frame a friendly public policy so that foreign direct investment in the aviation sector could be attracted, as stated by Vijay Mallya in one interview taken by Raj Sahani clips. Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, friends, these are the things that I would like to share today. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, and also share my channel. That is the Finance Guru, Pawan Kumar Jha. Thank you, all of you, for watching this video. Please take care, all of you. Thank you.